You're listening and watching to a very special podcast. Okay, guys, we're gonna do more on Katrina. Yeah. Woo! This is gonna be good. Enjoy. With a pad and a paper, and also a pen. She had to keep extra paper just in case she ran out, but she wanted to make it nice and clear. Judge Yuri Petrov was just sitting there in his chair. Okay. This is kind of weird interviewing you alone, even though I know who you really are. Yes, I believe you do. And I must admit, I'm quite surprised you wanted to get to know me. Most people would find me dangerous if they knew about my secret. Said Judge Petrov. Well, I may not be a psychiatrist, and I don't need a degree in psychiatry, but I'm really into people with dark pasts and also people who have such kind tendencies. And perhaps maybe I can get to know you better and perhaps find more about you. How about it? Said Katrina. And what? Talk about me in a tell-all book? Didn't I tell you? Your secret is safe with me. Besides, why would I even read a tell-all book about the most dark vigilante? Luckily, there's no cameras here, and nobody's gonna spy on us, so I just want to get to know you better. Said Katrina. Alright then. Where to begin? My father was a hero, and he taught me everything I needed to know about bringing the justice to people. Said the judge. Katrina listened and also wrote this down. I see, she said. Your father was a hero. Is that what made you what you are today? No, that's not the case. He was known as Mr. Legend. However, he lost his powers, and then he became a drunk. Katrina stopped for a moment and looked at him. She had already dig up profile on the judge. He was pretty good at cracking cases and putting criminals behind bars, and he was quite an amazing judge. But learning about this, she never knew. She thought she would be ready for anything, but this, anything except this. It was the most hardest thing for me, the judge said. He looked really tense while he talked. Every time he filled up a glass with just any kind of liquor, he drank it down, and when he became drunk, he became very violent. My father was pretty miserable, you see, at that time. Uh-huh, Katrina said. Then one day, everything changed for me. My father was drunk again, and all of a sudden, he was beating up my mother. I could see it. I was still a young teen boy, so young. And there I saw him punching her, hurting her. I didn't want my mother to die from being beaten to death, and I stepped in. However, my father turned on me, grabbed me by my head and his face. His powers suddenly came back, and the fire was burnt onto my face. Katrina was gasping. She was so horrified. And the way he laughed at me, as if it was the most funniest thing to see my face burnt. But then, some sort of miracle happened. I became stronger, and I had the same power as he did, and I burned him until he became nothing more than ash. And that satisfied you? Katrina asked. Now she was getting chills. She was afraid that this guy could be some sort of psychopath. However, the judge shook his head. No, I wasn't satisfied. I felt really bad for what I did to my father. I knew everything that he taught me about bringing those who have escaped the hand of justice, the ones who are untouchable. That's when I knew my purpose. Wow. You know what? I think now you truly are amazing. But except for those other parts, wow. I never knew your dad turned abusive after, and you killed him. I know what I did was wrong, but I couldn't. Sometimes, when I'm all alone and nobody's there, all I see is him and his face, and him just standing there wearing the same costume of Mr. Legend. Sometimes I wonder, did I do the right thing? Did I kill him really good? You know, I don't know what to say about that. I'm not an expert on what goes on with the dead. I don't know if they're angry with you or maybe forgive you. Perhaps maybe in a strange sense, your father, maybe he wanted to be taught a lesson for what he was doing to your mother. Speaking of which, what happened to your mom? She still believes he's still alive. She thinks that I'm still a young boy. And every time I try to convince her the truth, she calls me a devil. So maybe I am one. No. Just because you have the power over some sort of abnormal fire, just because you have the same ability as your dad, does not mean you're a devil. But I think she's going to get better. In time. I'm sorry you had to hear that. Don't be. It's worse than mine. Katrina said. How bad could it be? Well, did I ever tell you I was a high school bully? Now the judge was really shocked to hear this. What? The reason why I wanted to seek atonement, I mean, I have a half sister, and I accused her of her having a lucky life, but it turned out she never really had a lucky life. She had a troubled life full of pain and sorrow, but that's not the reason why. You see, I used to bully these two high school students. They did nothing wrong to me. They were just a bunch of high school boys, and they had this female friend that we all used to pick on. This girl was supposed to be protected by her friend, but she wasn't, and we all teased her. And I made a mistake by saying, "Oh, why don't you go and kill yourself?" And she did. When I overheard the two of them who started a school shooting, I I was so shocked. I wish I could take it back. I didn't mean it. I was angry about a lot of things. Stupid things. I hang out with the wrong crowd. I picked on 3 people that did nothing harm to me. I feel so awful. I really do. I didn't mean to hurt anybody. I really didn't mean to. No. Don't get upset, the judge said, having a hand patting her shoulder. What you did was wrong, but it's good that you're seeking atonement for what you've done. I don't know if they're watching over me. I don't know if they're up there or maybe down there. Oh, I can't bear the horror. I didn't mean to hurt them. I didn't want them to be killed. I wish I could change it. Nobody is supposed to be there for when I make mistakes. I had to deal with this myself. Yes, these are your mistakes. You can't change the past. I wish you could. Yeah. Are you going to use your fire to burn me up? Katrina asked. She had a watery smile. The judge looked at her, but he shook his head. No, I would never do that. Thank you, lunatic. I guess you're giving me grace, aren't you? Katrina said. I don't know. I believe this is the first time I'm going to give mercy. But you felt such sympathy. Katrina knew that he was right. There was nothing that she could do to change the past. All she could do now was head forth to the future. And with this guy, things are gonna get good. So that's it. Stay tuned for more coming your way. I'm Catherine Donovan, and I'll see you next time.